The quote goes like this: one day or day one. One day or day one. I'll do it one day. Okay? That's up to you. Or day one.
Over my life, I have struggled a lot with my weight. And during the course of the last year, I've really struggled with the mental side of maintaining a healthy lifestyle so I can be there for my child. And part of that was rethinking how I diet, and not diet in the sense of going on fad diets like you're probably used to, but really taking a look at what I consume in a day, switching up to healthier choices, or at least better choices if I can't always have the healthier option, and really do better for myself, not just physically, but also mentally. So you've probably heard of all the fad diets, which were like keto and Atkins and 0 calorie and no sugar and paleo. And part of dieting that's actually really hard is setting yourself up to not make the easier choice, which is why a lot of the time diets do fail, because it's easier to make the bad choice than it is to make a good one. And going with that mindset, you really do have to take 30 minutes on the weekend to set yourself up for the week, and pre-cook all that chicken, and pre-cook, not necessarily meal prep, but get things ready to go so it's easier to make the better choices, because it's really easy to boil pasta for 10 minutes and then cook it and eat a whole bowl of that. Something that was very hard for me getting into this was my relationship with food. I've never had a good relationship with food, and it's been very toxic. I binge eat. I eat things knowing that they're terrible for me, and I overeat like crazy. And one of the things that was really hard for me was limiting myself and changing my mental state of fighting this lifelong eating disorder. It was really hard for me to understand that just because I had it on my plate doesn't mean I need to eat all of it. I ate an appropriate portion size. I set it aside. And if I was really hungry and I wanted to eat a lot, it's easier to stuff my plate full of vegetables and protein than it is carbs. One thing that was hard for me to understand with the eating disorder that I have was it was really hard to distinguish between when I was hungry and when I was bored. And in order to combat that a little bit, I did have to set perimeters of when I should eat, what I should eat, and not limit myself to, I think that I'm bored, to, my body wants a snack. It obviously wants a snack. So what snack can I make that's also going to help me? So instead of reaching for chips and Cheez-Its and like all these carb heavy snacks, I started making snack wraps, and I started craving them. Instead of craving chips and Cheez-Its and snacks and carbs, I was like, I really want like a nice hearty snack wrap. I want something substantial. Staying hydrated has been very important to me as well. And it's really hard for me to just drink straight water. I want a soda. I want something nice. I don't want to try to shoot back my giant container of water 3 times a day. So what's really helped me out is like a drink supplement, something to put in my drink that's 0 sugar. This gives me caffeine, so it makes me feel a little bit better. And also, I don't think I could live without this. If you're anything like me, then you probably have a sweet tooth, and it is not easy to get by through a whole day without tricking yourself into thinking, I really need something sweet to eat, and I really want something sweet to eat. So what I've been doing to combat that is, you need to hear me on this one. It will work. Chocolate rice cake, cold peanut butter, and it is crunchy and sweet and everything you want as a sweet treat, kind of like made into a healthier version of probably what you really want to eat, which is, a Reese cup or M&Ms or a chocolate bar. So on top of taking my multivitamin, I used to also take the max amount of Advil you can take and the max amount of Tylenol you can take, just to be able to walk around without some kind of discomfort. And after the first month of doing this, that's all went away. I haven't taken a pain reliever in about 2.5 weeks now, and it's been amazing to feel that way. Along with a lot of people online telling you that you need to avoid certain things to be healthy or take out things from your life to be healthy, I didn't want to be one of those people getting on the internet with no basis for anything, no proof for anything, and just spout whatever I wanted and just put it out there for all this misinformation that's already out here. What I wanted to do was I wanted to start this journey online and kind of bring you guys along with me, talking to the camera a little bit, what kind of struggles are going on, what kind of mentality I'm facing. And as an overweight person who's been overweight since the third grade, it's going to be a very hard struggle to fix my mind in order to fix my body, which is what a lot of these health experts, I don't think, really understand, that apart from learning how to diet and learning how to eat better, mentally, what they're saying is pretty much get over it. Just do what I tell you to do and you'll be fine, when it's not that easy. A lot of these people kind of treat it like, I've always been fit, I've always been healthy, I got fat once, I know what it's like to lose weight, when realistically, when people like you and me chronically, it's hard for people like us to fix mentally what's wrong without some kind of like push. And hopefully I can be slightly that push for you. Hopefully my journey can show you guys that it's not as hard as a lot of people make it out to be, and it's not as easy as people make it out to be either. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. And if you're not willing to make the change, it's not going to happen. So the first step of my journey was to mentally switch on and say, I want to make the change. I want to do this. I want to take the first step and go through this and actually be better. Be better for myself, first off, and then be better for everybody around me. So I started off at 320 pounds, and whenever I post, I do want to give you guys a progression of how far along I've come and what it actually looks like to lose the weight, and kind of like prove to you guys and prove to myself that this is possible, and to lay a path for anybody in my footsteps or anybody that feels the same way to follow along. All right, so anyway, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for the rest of my journey. I'll be posting updates every month. Peace.